जय हिंद दोस्तों, विस्की टॉकीज में आपका बहुत 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 स्वागत है। मैं हूं आपका अपना दोस्त में ज़ुबान अतुल बख्शी ऑन विस्की टॉकीज as I just said. Well, first thing first about my hand, it is healing slowly. It will take a little more, maybe another 5-6 weeks at least. But anyways, leave the hand aside. You must be wondering that why I have this different kind of a screen today कि मैं यहाँ साइड में बैठा हूँ and I'm sitting in this corner और ये corner खाली है. Well, for the first time on Whiskey Talkies, I'm introducing you to a very good friend of mine and बातचीत हम करेंगे आज अपने एक मित्र के साथ बैठकर. We'll be talking to a friend of ours who had been my childhood friend. We studied in the same school from grade 6 till grade 10 और he was not only my schoolmate but he was also my very good neighbor, and so we have known each other very well for so long now, and he's just visiting me from Ontario. तो चलिए दोस्तों, स्वागत करते हैं मेरे मित्र राहुल चौहान का. Rahul Chauhan, please join us. Good to see you, my brother.
Hi, thank you.
Welcome to Whiskey Talkies.
Hello, everyone. How you doing?
As I just introduced my friend Rahul, he's a computer engineer.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, he's a computer engineer and he has worked in all around the globe in different countries and different companies. Very well learned, very good philosopher, and a very good friend and a guide.
Thank you.
So आज हम राहुल से कुछ बातचीत करेंगे. Rahul, if you can get a little closer, man. Sorry, my room space is not enough.
Nice enough.
Thank you, but we've got a lot of space in our hearts.
Yeah.
So, Rahul, can you please tell us something about yourself first and foremost? That what you've been doing, where are you from?
Well, you already told about
Little
me. Yeah, so I came from India about 4 years back.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was working with as an engineer in banks before that, and I have little startups in India. Worked with quite a few organizations as an engineer, as a project manager, and so on. So, and here I'm working with the bank again as a technical project manager. And
So, how long you been living in Canada now? Like
it's been going to 4 years now.
4 saal. And how's been your experience in these 4 saal?
It's been, I would say, ups and down.
Roller coaster?
Yeah, not very high roller coaster, but a small roller coaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say I've been lucky to have friends here, and for the emotional support, because my family came later on.
Oh, that's even a bigger challenge, like not coming with your family, right?
Right.
So that is a wholesome different kind of
Yeah.
challenge. I've been living in Canada for over 14 years now, and as per my experience, I've seen a lot of changes in this country in all this time. When we moved to Canada 14 years ago, it was altogether a different country. It wasn't as populated, and the medical system and everything was quite in place. And as the population is increasing, the resources are not very well utilized, because of which there's a lot of lapse and gap in the system. What is your experience, Rahul? How would you rate in comparison to India?
So when I came back 4 years back, I found the system's not up to the level
Mark,
which I
yeah.
used to be back in India.
Oh, so you think India has a better system?
Especially in terms of the time it takes to get the work done. For example, passport, your credit card
Oh,
things.
it's better in India?
It was better at that time, definitely.
Wow.
The internet speed.
Good to learn.
Internet speed, the mobile connections, all was.
Telecommunication, definitely. Telecommunication में मैंने भी even I have noticed the same thing, that telecommunication and not just telecommunication, the entire media, India is way more aware. Indian people are way more aware. And one more thing that I feel here is like यहाँ पे गैस के prices बढ़ जाए, यहाँ पे petroleum के prices बढ़ जाए, किसी भी चीज़ के prices बढ़ जाए, जनता doesn't come on the street, doesn't seem to be very well aware how to tackle these kind of issues. India mein people are way more aware and they come out in the street protesting. I'm not supporting any violent protests, but many a times there are peaceful protests, and जो कि बहुत important है for the people to be aware.
Yeah. Because when I came to India from Singapore, I found India to be quite at that speed which Singapore was.
Oh wow.
And so as Singapore, India,
And how long back?
then in Canada I found.
And how long back was that?
So I So 4 years back, I was in India. Before 7 years, before that, I was in
You
Singapore
spent
for
7
7
years
years.
in.
Yeah,
Okay, wow.
7 years in India. Before that, 7 years in Singapore.
Mm-hmm.
Now 4 years in Canada.
Or besides all this uh, challenges that you face because of the admin system, what are the other challenges that you think a newcomer usually faces as they land in this new country?
Yeah, I think the first challenge, which I didn't thought it would be
because
challenge.
because the challenges of telecommunication, sorry to interrupt, the challenges with the telecommunication or with the system or with the pricing or with the economy, these are later challenges. When you land in a new country on a new land, that's a different challenge. So what are the main challenges do you think that the people face? I'm sorry.
Well, the first challenge is that you don't have a credit history in Canada when
And
you
why is
land.
that important?
Because to get a house rental from rental people, they would need your credit history or your income for last 1 year, which you don't have, obviously,
Yeah.
right? And so you need to basically share the accommodation.
Yeah. Or at times you move into an illegal basement.
Yeah.
Right? There are a lot of illegal basements running in Canada, and then you move into an illegal basement, which we did, unfortunately, and then there is no legal contract, and then there is a lot of argumentation for everything in the
You
house.
can be exploited in that
Yeah,
situations.
yeah. It leads to a lot of argumentation, and that becomes a wholesome new challenge. Exactly. What else?
So next is to get a
Housing
job.
number one.
Yeah, housing number one. So once it gets sorted somehow, then the second challenge is to get the job, which you think that there are a lot of jobs, right? And there are a lot of jobs actually, but starting job you can get anything. It's no problem. But if you wanted to get a similar job which you were having back in your home country, that would be difficult.
Yeah.
That would take time.
And when we talk of simple jobs, they are like working in a gas station or working as a security guard, or sorry, security guard, or working in a construction company as a laborer. The one good thing about this country is that there is dignity of labor. I have worked as a security guard outside a bank. Salam saab wali naukri kari hai maine, and I found that I was equally respected as the bank manager. मेरी रिस्पेक्ट में एक बैंक गार्ड की रिस्पेक्ट में और एक मैनेजर की रिस्पेक्ट में कोई फर्क नहीं था. Nobody treated me as a low class guy. I worked in a gas station, equally respectful job. People treat you with respect, which is kind of good. और इंडिया को ये चीज़ सीखनी चाहिए मेरे ख्याल से कि dignity of labor is very important. कि जो आपके घर में मजदूर काम करने आ रहा है, एक प्लम्बर काम करने आ रहा है, एक बढ़ई काम करने आ रहा है, उसकी पूरी पूरी वैल्यू है, उसकी इज्जत है अपनी, राइट? सो यू जस्ट कैन नॉट डिसरिस्पेक्ट हिम बिकॉज ही इज डूइंग समथिंग which you think is a low class job. There is no job that is low class. We have
And
to
the
respect that.
reason for that respect here is that the salary is not that much different.
Oh yeah,
Right, so that's
you
why
earn pretty well. Yeah, exactly.
You earn pretty
In fact, you earn better.
Yeah, sometimes you earn better than your manager. So
Yeah,
the person who is a manager or bank manager or the teller,
it is.
I
It
mean,
is
more or less
like
similar.
या मेरी अपनी तनख्वाह जो है अभी $38 पर आवर है, और मैंने अभी रेनोवेशंस कराई घर में, एंड ही चार्ज मी $70 एन आवर. सो मेरे से दुगना उसने कमाया. सो जी हाँ, डेफिनेटली दैट इज ट्रू.
Yeah, so good or bad thing about whichever perspective you have is that in Canada everyone has more or less similar salaries. Everyone comes to the same level. If you earn more, you pay more, you taxes more, you don't get incentives from the government. If you earn less, you pay less tax, but you get incentives from the government.
I 100% agree with it.
Everything levels up.
Yeah.
So bad thing is because then you don't get the incentive to work hard because you anyway getting similar salary by to work hard.
I 100% agree with this. I 100% agree. So there has to be, again, some change in the system. So this is a drawback in the kind of system we have here. What is the third challenge? So first one was housing. Second one was finding a job. What is the third one?
Third one is to have a good friend circle.
Oh, come on. You always had it. We
You
were
don't have
always
a
in
good friend
touch.
circle like you used to have in back in your home country.
The bond. I would call
bond.
it the bond. The bond that we have in India amongst the French, amongst the families, is way stronger.
Yeah. Because here people are busy in their work. You have to gardening, you have to so much work. You have
Everything
to
is
do
to be
yourself.
done by yourself. Exactly.
You have to take car for servicing, for washing, for everything.
Yeah, you have to drop your kids to school. You have to do your groceries. You have to do your bartan bhande yourself. You have to do jhadu pocha yourself. Everything you're doing on your own, right?
So everybody
consumes a lot of
don't
time,
have
yeah.
time for.
Yeah. At times, I even service my motorcycle because servicing motorcycle is a big hassle.
So that. So if you get good friends, just make sure that you remain faithful to them.
Exactly, finding it is hard, man.
Yeah.
Definitely. And I'm lucky to have one here, right here,
me too.
beside me. And he's visiting me from Ontario, as I just said. So, but anyways, we are still in touch, and I'm still in touch with my Indian friends, by the way. Most of them. Bakshi, I'll take your name here for sure. Okay, and what is the next one, sir?
Next things, I would say, for some reasons, things here takes a lot of time. Like getting your license card, getting your
But you know,
card
Rahul,
information.
no, I would rather a little contradict on this one.
I don't understand.
Getting a license, yeah, sorry, getting a license is more challenging
No, for me it was okay. It depends maybe, but for me it
for a
wasn't.
newcomer because you had come from Singapore. You already had an experience of driving in
No, I didn't drove in Singapore.
Then what? Why wasn't it difficult for you? You passed the test like that?
Yeah, I passed my first and I'm
Smart
done.
kid.
But I focused.
You must have had good driving habits back in India too.
Yeah, but I was shaking when I gave this
I
test. But
was bad.
But I was.
I was bad there. I'm still bad. I'm not bad at driving. I'm an excellent driver. Never been into any crash, but I got 11 tickets so far, all speeding. So speeding is my issue. I love need for speed.
Yeah. So one thing I learned is that you have to fix your target on one thing, complete
And
it,
speed.
complete it, and then move to next one.
And then speed. Yeah. So yeah, मेरे लिए driving license लेना was a big challenge. I failed in my knowledge test maybe twice. I was dumb. I was always bad in studies. Anyways, so once I passed my knowledge test, I failed in my road test, which is the next one. I failed in my road test twice. Third time, by the grace of God, I made a mistake, couple of mistakes, but passed. Then I took my motorcycle test, which was even way more difficult. So motorcycle car test lena, definitely it is challenge because you have to do zigzag around the cones and without putting your feet on the ground. It is quite challenging. But वो भी luckily वो मेरे से second go में clear हो गया था. So license मेरे ख्याल से we are contradicting here. इसके हिसाब से आसान था, मेरे हिसाब से थोड़ा मुश्किल है. Go ahead, sir. What is the next one?
Yeah, because my experience taking license was the first time I gave the test, written test. I also got failed. But I took the book, I went to the Tim Hortons, studied for 2 hours, came back again.
Same day.
Same day.
Wow.
Applied the fees again gave it. So I cleared second time, and then for the driving test, I told my instructor that I need to pass it in first attempt. That's the target. Train me like that.
But you have to get the training, of course.
Yeah, of
right?
course, of
Yeah,
course.
I also took the training. I still failed. My trainers were not good. I was good. So he found a better trainer.
No, I used 3 different trainers.
There
I
you go.
practiced it. So I have to
Tactics,
clear.
man.
I have to clear it in first attempt. That's my target was. So I don't want to waste my time.
Awesome.
I took for 3 different trainers, and yeah, so that's why I found it easier.
So okay, license can be challenging if you don't find the right trainer. Let's keep it this way. What is the next one, Rahul?
Next one, I think, in winters if you have a house, you have different challenges. If I live in apartments, I don't have much challenges.
What about weather?
I'm from Himachal. We don't find weather to be.
We are parties.
We are
Born tough.
We like cold weather.
Parties are born tough.
We like cold weather.
Yeah, we like it cold. That's why we're having wine right now.
Yeah, so weather for me, it's so fine.
Yeah.
It's,
No, but do you think for like many people who are coming from the southern part of India or the central part of India or from the western part of India, those regions are equatorial region and the weather there is pretty hot. So do you think that can be a challenge too?
that can be challenge to them? Yeah.
Yeah, because I found it when there would be somebody from like let's say Rajputana Rifles going in the Kargil Hills or going in the Siachen border, it becomes very difficult for them because it holds some different level of acclimatization than it is for somebody from Garhwal regiment or somebody from the Gurkhas. Yeah. So अच्छा इसके अलावा और क्या है? अब हमें नौकरी चलिए हमें मकान भी मिल गया, हमें नौकरी भी मिल गई.
इसके अलावा challenges for newcomer is when they realize the tax they have to give, and the second the insurance they have to pay, which is not they're used to in India, right?
Dosto, he raised a very important point here, especially in terms of insurance. I don't know why this country is so backward, so bloody backward that they are still having monopoly. दुनिया के किसी कोने में आज मैं कहूँगा even in Saudi Arabia there won't be any monopoly. Even Saudi Arabia would be having some kind of competition, but here when it comes to insurance there is monopoly. आपकी गाड़ी की insurance, आपकी गाड़ी की किस्तें, holy smokes.
Yeah.
It is a whole different
So when people come from India or other countries, they think, oh, cars are very cheap. Okay, yeah, we can buy it. And then when you buy, and then you start paying the installment plus the insurance plus other maintenance plus if there is tickets or any, God forbid, if there is any accident, right?
Oh yeah, and if you are at fault,
Yeah.
oh God bless you. So दोस्तों ड्राइविंग अगर करनी है विलायत में आके तो बी वेरी केयरफुल, बी वेरी वेरी केयरफुल.
Yes.
आप एट फॉल्ट ना रहें तो आपके हित में रहेगा, क्योंकि यहाँ पे एक चीज देखी जाती है, इफ यू आर एट फॉल्ट यू आर स्क्रूड बिग टाइम. योर इंश्योरेंस
And
विल
how you are screwed because you don't pay the penalty. Not only pay the penalty one time, you have to continuously. It adds into insurance
फॉर many years.
many years. You continuously keep on paying more for one accident which you,
और अगर आप अच्छे ड्राइवर बने रहे तो आपको डिस्काउंट मिलता रहता है. ये एक थोड़ा सा
which is very small, but the penalty is very high. The penalty is very high.
Yeah, 25% penalty, 5% discount. Choice is up to you. 5% discount is still better.
So that's why people drive very safely here most of the time. Who are old drivers? I think. No?
Safe, yes.
Comparatively.
Safely always. Speed, meh. Okay, तो इस बातचीत को बहुत लंबा नहीं खींचेगा राहुल, नहीं तो मेरा पिछला व्लॉग भी बहुत लंबा खींच गया था यार. 17 मिनट कोई नहीं देखना पसंद करता, ये 15 पहुंच गया हमारा. तो इसको ये वाला ज्यादा इंटरेस्टिंग होगा बिकॉज आई एम टॉकिंग टू अ वेरी गुड गाय हियर. इसकी फिलॉसफी सुनाएंगे आपको अगली बार दोस्तों. हिज फिलॉसफीज आर अमेजिंग, ही इज अ बिग फिलोसोफर. तो इसी के साथ हम इस ब्लॉग को यहीं समाप्त करते हैं. इस वीडियो को लाइक करना, शेयर करना, सब्सक्राइब करना, कमेंट करना मत भूलिए, और बेल आइकॉन पर अगर अब तक आपने ठप्पू नहीं लगाया तो ठप्पू लगाइए. तब तक के लिए जय भारत, जय भारती, जय हिंद.
Jai Hind.
विस्की टॉकीज के लिए मैं हूं आपका अपना दोस्त मेजबान अतुल बख्शी, एंड दिस इज माय फ्रेंड राहुल फ्रॉम नाहन इन हिमाचल प्रदेश. और आपसे जल्दी मुलाकात करेंगे अगले ब्लॉग में दोस्तों. तब तक के लिए जय हिंद.
And before we sign off, I want to wish my friend Atul Bakshi happy birthday.
थैंक यू. या इट्स माय बर्थडे टुडे. सो बर्थडे के दिन लाइक करना, शेयर करना, सब्सक्राइब करना, कमेंट करना ज्यादा बनता है दोस्तों. धन्यवाद.
Yeah.